sudah mengakomodasikan sekali Anda secara gratis. Terima kasih.
It's 15 minutes to 6 p.m. and it's already dark outside in the town of Batu. Batu is situated at an altitude of about 800 to 900 meters above sea level. Temperature outside is about 23 degrees and nice and cool. So original plan, of course, was to go straight to Sumber Brantas where base camp is. But my guide decided to bring me here to Batu because accommodations at Sumber Brantas are not that good and also not that competitive, so you don't get value for money. You get much better value for money over here at Batu. So here I am. This room, which he recommended, is only $18 a night. Can you believe it? And this place is also very interesting because it's like in the middle of nowhere, so remote, and yet you can find a ramen restaurant. I just had my dinner there. Ramen, alright, beef ramen. Alright, not too bad. And the place here has got a couple of tiny malls, shopping malls, and huge markets, vegetable markets and all that. They have it over here. So quite an interesting place. Looks like a bit like Malang. So I'll be spending the night here, and then next morning we'll be heading off to base camp. This place is about half an hour's drive from to base camp, and I heard that the registration starts only at 9 a.m. so I can't really start off early. Anyway, checking out at 6 a.m. to have breakfast first, and after that heading off to base camp. Alright, once the paperwork at base camp is settled, we can start climbing. Pray for good weather tomorrow. Alright, here's the bed. Nice and clean. A writing table, and they provide you with a jar. Downstairs they have, near the reception, they have water. You can get hot or cold water, FOC. And here's the TV. There is a window here. It's actually raining outside right now. And there's even a balcony. I'll show you. There's the balcony. It's raining. Let me show you the bathroom now. Nice and clean. They've got hot water. No problem. Alright, all this for just $18 a night. Can you believe it? Okay, let's pray for good weather tomorrow.
Good morning. It's the 2nd of August 2024. Time now is almost 6 a.m. I'm at Batu, about 800 to 900 meters above sea level. Temperature here is about 18 degrees C now. I'm waiting for my guide to turn up to pick me up for breakfast, and after that we'll head to the base camp for registration of our climb. On this trip I'll be bagging 4 peaks. four peaks on the massive Arjuna-Weilirang range, all four of them above 3,000 meters. Now this mountain named Arjuna is actually named after Hindu god Arjuna, who's depicted in the epic Mahabharata as an archer. He's also believed to be the son of Indra, the king of gods, who's again mentioned in Rig Veda, the oldest Hindu text. Now over here you may often hear it pronounced as Arjuno. There's a Javanese pronunciation, but the original Indian pronunciation is Arjuna. Now normally at this time of the year the weather is quite predictable, but according to the forecasters it might rain at 12 p.m. today. In fact, it's a very high chance that it will rain at 12 p.m. today. So let's hope the forecasters are wrong. It's almost 9 o'clock in the morning and I've arrived at the Arjuna-Weilirang base camp. As you can see, there are quite a number of climbers here, but not quite the fish market that I was expecting. So that's my guide, Hamza, with the orange bag. He'll be settling all the paperwork for me, which really takes a huge load off my shoulders. And that is Masking, one of our porters. So quite a number of climbers this morning, but not as many as I expected. There are some rest areas here at the base camp where climbers who can't afford to stay in hotels and all that they can stay the night here. Quite a big area. And as I've mentioned before, the paperwork can be quite a headache, quite annoying. I just realized that you even need a doctor's certification to say they are fit to climb the mountain. So no problems, we got that settled. The guide has all these things settled for me. So I just wait for the clearance, and once we are given the clearance, we can start our climb. Alright, this is the rest area at base camp, and that's our base camp ranger sweeping the floor. And over here they have a stall that sells some of the things that the climbers might have forgotten. We got gas and fuel for cooking as well. And over here there's a TV screen that gives a safety briefing and some precautions and tips for climbing the mountain.
Adik. Senyum pada kamera. Oke.
Selamat pagi. Okay, time now is 10:30 and we have reached post 1. The first post.
Ada break?
Yeah, lanjut. Lanjut. Okay, not tired at all. Let's move on. So the trail has been quite easy, almost flattish, just a few areas with a few steps which are quite steep and some fallen tree trunks that we had to hop over. But on the whole, it's quite an easy trail. Let's hope it remains this way. Weather-wise, a bit misty up here. The advantage of having such weather is that you don't sweat so much, you don't feel so warm, you don't drink so much water. That's a good thing. This is the first time in a long time that I've been climbing without a personal porter. That's because there's no water, no source of water on top. So we have to carry all our water with us. Quite a lot of water we have to carry. So in order to free up the load from the porters, I'm carrying my own personal belongings, all of it. So it's going to be a tough one. But looks like this trail is quite forgiving. Not too bad. I should be able to survive this. Mas Hamzah, siapa nama sopir tadi?
Fadli.
Fadri.
Fadli.
Fadri. Oh,
Fadli is our driver.
driver. Fadri is a driver. Lain kali sewa dia sebagai juru kamera. Bisa tak?
Boleh, boleh.
Boleh ya?
Boleh. Boleh. Jangan mas.
Bersehati pak.
ya.
Time now is 11:10 and we are approaching post 2, the second post. Oh, these fields of Edelweiss look like a snow field. Really beautiful. Okay, so far so good. Not too tired now, but take a rest here. Let's check out the posts. Quite a bit of space for camping here. Okay, istirahat dulu. Fields of fern over here. Immediately after post 2, the honeymoon period ends. It's a steep and long climb, but now flattening out a bit.
Bongkar yang sekali apa?
Curam. Alright, time now is 12:10, 10 minutes past 12 p.m. and we have arrived at post 3. Ramai. So we'll not be stopping here. We'll be going ahead to tempat sauna. Okay, this is the first fumarole we have encountered. Quite tiny, there are bigger ones ahead. Another type of plant in this zone. Wow, I see steam rising everywhere.
Yeah, steam. Keliling sik dianggo keliling mari nang kawi.
Surprisingly, there's hardly any smell. Just steam, I guess. Not much hydrogen sulfide gas.
biggest,
Ini paling besar. Yeah, okay.
biggest
This is the biggest
Swing.
fumarole.
sauna.
Okay. So you gotta be careful when you're hiking here at night.
Warm. Ini
You may just fall in
kita
and take a shortcut to the center of the earth.
Alright, a short but brutal climb from post Tiga, the third post. We have arrived here at the steamy place. So this is the largest fumarole, and oops, it's gonna be our lunch stop. So the boys will be preparing our lunch here. Should be interesting to watch.
kita sambil ngopi, kopi time,
Nah, ini bensin nih,
spiritus.
spirit. Wah.
Terminal. Ada lagi ya.
It's about 7 minutes past 2 p.m. and we have reached the realm of twisted trees and ferns. Beautiful. And I believe Lembah Langkahan is nearby. At this altitude, almost 3,000 meters, you can feel the effects of altitude, getting breathless more easily, and heart pounding. It's been quite a brutal climb from our lunch spot until here.
Nice. Nice view.
So we've got beautiful scenery here, all the twisted trees, and all these fields of fern. Beautiful. Berapa lama ke campsite? 10 minit.
Yes.
10 minit.
Maybe 10 sampai 15 menit.
Okay. Campsite in view. 2:15 in the afternoon. All right, let's find a good spot. So right in front of us should be one of our objectives, Kembar 2, the second Kembar. And over this side should be Kembar 1. Behind that will be Weilirang. So behind this will be Arjuna. Alright, find a good spot. The guys are tired. Alright, so finally arrived at Lembah Lengkahan, our campsite. And it's not very clear, but you can see the peaks that we're going to back. We are on a saddle area now, and this is Kembar 1, and behind that would be Gunung Weilirang, and over at this side will be Kembar 2, another one of the peaks we're going to back, and behind that would be Gunung Arjuna. So we are now on a saddle area in a very good position to back all 4 peaks. So tomorrow, or maybe even this evening, if the weather is clear, we may go up Kembar 2 first, and then next morning we'll be going up Gunung Arjuna. Okay, the campsite is quite pleasant at the moment, not too crowded, not too many people, not much rubbish as well. So I'll just wait for the guys to pitch the tents and I'll just have a little rest. Time now is 2:20, so we've got a lot of time before dinner. Alright, our tents have all been set up. So after a little snack of pisang goreng, I'm climbing up to bag my first peak on this trip, which is Kembar 2, the first 3,000 meter peak. So supposed to be only about half an hour to go up, and if the weather is good, skies are clear, the views will be awesome. Let's pray for clear skies. Climbing up Kembar 2, and that's Kembar 1. That's our campsite. It's slowly getting dark. I think we are reaching a summit soon. And behind us is Weilirang and Kembar 1. Alright, the trees are clearing out on Kembar 2. I think we are near the summit. One of those steam vents. 2, I think, a couple of them, wafting up Kembar 2, almost at the summit. This part is just savanna, almost denuded, just some tough grasses left. The summit should be in sight soon. That's sunset on Kembar 1 and Weilirang. Beautiful sunset climb. Time now is almost 4:30.
Can you see Weilirang and Kembar Satu behind me? Right, the lower one is Kembar Satu and the higher one is Weilirang. That's looking to the north, and in front of me all these wiry, tough grasses near the summit of Kembar Dua, which I'm climbing up now. Woo! All the steam coming out. You can see another steam vent here, the fumarole. Feels good actually at this altitude and temperature. Wow, beautiful open grassland. I love climbing in this kind of environment. Nothing blocking. Wide screen view. Wonderful. I think once we've cleared that crest, that ridge over there, we should see the summit. Alright, not quite there yet. Belum sampai. Sedikit lagi. Okay, not much more. Sun is setting fast. Alright, from this point I can see the flag, which means that the summit is very near. And I just confirmed with my guide, and that's Puncak Sejati. Seems that this mountain has two summits, only one of them is a true summit. Okay, let's go for it. Sun is coming out. View should be good from the top. Now, isn't this beautiful? Indah sekali. Alright, that's the summit of Arjuna. See more steam coming up. And that's the summit of Kembar Dua. Just a few more steps. Oh, look at that steam. I've made it. Let's check the time. Give me a minute. 4:35 in the afternoon. I've just bagged the first 3,000 meter peak, Kembar Dua, on this 4 peaks trip, and that's Arjuna, which we are going to climb tomorrow. I'm breathless, not from the climb, but from this amazing view. This is fantastic, it's so heavenly. Okay, let's check. Kembar Dua 3.126. Flag of Indonesia. Wow. One peculiar aspect of Arjuna is that the eastern slope, the eastern wall of the crater seemed to have collapsed or somehow been shorn off. So probably due to some volcanic activity millions of years ago. So it's missing an eastern wall. So the crater is more or less incomplete. You can see one point at the summit, and you see another point further down there. That's only like half a circle. So that's the peculiar thing about Arjuna. So this mountain is, this volcano is extinct, but a bit of remnant activity from the steam vents, the fumaroles. Good morning, it's the 3rd of August 2024, my second day on Lembah Lengkahan. It's now 6:30 in the morning and I'm seeing a group heading up to Kembar 1. They are probably off to Gunung Weilirang. So for me, I'll be going up to Arjuna this morning. Fortunately for Arjuna, we don't have to climb up Kembar 2 to get to Arjuna. We can skirt around the base of the mountain of Kembar 2 before we get to Arjuna. So early this morning at about 3 a.m, some of the youngsters here have already gone up to Arjuna to catch the sunrise. So I've seen enough sunrises, and so I decided to wait till it's warmer and brighter to get up. Alright, I just had breakfast and we'll be moving off soon.
Mas King cari air lagi.
Iya.
Oh. Sumber air di mana?
Lapangan.
Oh, lapangan.
Lapangan.
Dekat Arjuna atau Weilirang?
Dekat Arjuno.
Dekat Arjuna. You can see a pretty easy walk on flat ground. We're just skirting around Kembar 2. Plus, it's not going to be this easy all the way. Once you get close to Arjuna, it's going to be a steep climb. Right, we started our hike at 7 a.m. and we're 30 minutes into the hike. Now the summits of Gunung Arjuna can be seen. Alright, so this is the lapangan or field that they've been talking about. Actually, there's a name for it. It's called Lembah Kotak. Lembah means valley, Kotak means a box or square. So a miniature version of Yun Shan Ping in Lijiang. Interesting. So the spring water should be located somewhere around here. The summit of Kembar 2, which I bagged yesterday. This is Lembah Kotak, and this is the trail to the summit of Gunung Arjuno, bagging my second peak. (8:05) now, a slight reprieve from the brutally steep climb from Lembah Kotak, and the true summit of Arjuna is visible from here, but seems like still a long way to go. Wow. Let's go for it. We are about almost 9 o'clock now. We are about an hour or so to the summit of Gunung Arjuna. That's Kembar and Weilirang behind. About an hour to go before Arjuna summit, and this is the view of Sumber Brantas. Gunung Ringgit, ini Gunung Penanggungan, Kembar 2, Kembar 1, Weilirang. (9:30) now. Some awesome views from this ridge, but the peak, the summit, is still some distance away. Awesome view from here. And there is the summit. Looks like still a long way to go. No more punishing stretches, I hope. Just all these rocky trails. Istana Gentong Groa. (10 o'clock) exactly. We are approaching the summit. Last few steps, but it ain't going to be easy. So almost exactly 3 hours after we departed from Lembah Langkahan, we are now approaching the summit of Gunung Arjuna. No child's play. It's tough. It's tough. Few more steep steps. Few more steep steps. Rocky steps. That's the summit. Few more steps.
Let me find it. Yes. I've arrived. Puncak Arjuno.
Kalau tiba-tiba ke Kediri yo langsung motor mas, bisa muncak langsung motor.
Alright, I've just bagged my second summit, second peak, Gunung Arjuna, and we're now on our way to Istana Gentong Groa. Now we are approaching Istana Gentong Groa, and the surroundings, the beautiful flowers, rhododendrons and some Javanese edelweiss. And before the entrance we can see here like a pool that has been constructed. I've always been interested in Javanese antiquities, so mysterious, and this one is probably one of the most mysterious ones. Now you like those at the Dieng and Gedong Songo, which are over 2,000 meters above sea level. This one is above 3,000 meters above sea level, so it's a kind of a settlement. So it's not a pool; it's more like a room, a chamber, or something like that. Because below you can see an entrance to it. All the rocks still piled up. Rocks. So this is the original wall, and over here. Is there a door? Ada pintu? Tak ada. Mungkin kolam ini. Kolam. So it's probably a pool. And that's a wall.
Nice monkey.
Yes. Monyet. It's an awesome setting to build a structure like that. So this was only recently excavated. 2018 was fully excavated and not properly studied yet. So archaeologists have named it Istana Gentong Groa. Istana means palace, but I think it's impossible for any king to be living here. There is no water source nearby, and food has to be brought up such a long distance, and the nights are freezing cold. So I doubt it's a palace. So you can see there's an entrance to this compound. Let me check it out. Wow. The steps. Okay, so we are now surrounded by walls. That's the entrance. This is interesting. And over here there's another fencing. There's some fencing here with these rocks. So this is another This is the wall, I guess. Some steps going up. Let's check it out. I don't know whether they're going to clear out these plants when they try to restore this place, but it would be a pity if they clear out these plants. Alright, so under this overhang, you can see that rocky overhang. Above this, you can see people offering incense. So this has to be some religious monument. Let's go up and check it out. Now look at all those fragments there. They come from jars. Jars like these. You see them? Now in Indonesian, they are called gentong. So this place got its name from these jars. Istana Gentong Groa. Now what are these jars meant for? So it's still a mystery. Like I said, this place has only been recently excavated. It's a pity that most of the jars have been damaged. You see all these fragments, so it won't be easy to restore them. Well, I can give a guess. You see people praying. You see all these jars, and it's high up in the mountains. I suspect that these jars stored ashes of the departed. They stored ashes after Hindu rites, the cremation and all that. They store the ashes. The family members carry these jars or urns up the mountain and they place them here to worship them. Probably because the higher up they are, the closer they will be to heaven. I don't know. Just a guess. Anyway, it's a mysterious place. I'll be waiting for some more authoritative research to uncover some of the mysteries. August 2024, this last day of our expedition. It's going to be a long day. I'm starting off before sunrise. We're going to bag 2 peaks, and then after that we're going to pull all the way back to Batu. 5 minutes to 6 a.m. I must say that this trail is more punishing than Kembar 2. So finally we have arrived at the summit of Kembar 1. Yay! That's our third peak. You see the flag is. That's our objective. Let me give you a closer look. We rest here for a while. After a short celebration, we're going to move on to our fourth peak, Gunung Weilirang. Wow, the sun has risen. Here's the summit. Kembar 1 3.058 meter daripada laut. Okay, so there's steam coming up from some vents below. Over here you can see the sea of clouds on this side, just in front of the sun, and on the other side, in the west, you can see a sea of clouds as well. Okay, so I'll take a rest here. Well, nice warm feeling from the vents, steam vents. And that is Kembar 2, which we climbed 2 days ago. Behind that would be Arjuna, which we summited yesterday. And right in front of us, this trail leads to Weilirang. There you can see the youngsters celebrating at the summit of Kembar 1. And this looks like another lembah kotak. Right, this is the long descent to the bottom before we start climbing up to Weilirang. Okay, this is what it looks like after the long descent. So a long descent means a long ascent to follow. Okay, this place is beautiful. Let's do it. Okay, sulfur miners, they don't like to have their photos taken, so don't take photos of the sulfur miners. So there are some sulfur miners over at Weilirang mining for sulfur, and these guys, they don't like to appear on YouTube. Well, surprisingly, we have entered a forest. I thought it's going to be barren like back there. So this is a forest, getting really dim here. Narrow forest trail with embankments on both sides. That's interesting. So from the shady forest we enter a rocky clearing. And from here we enter the shady forest again. So this rocky trail that hugs the side of the mountain, a steep drop on the left side there, and the trail goes on from here all the way there, then over that ridge over there. Pretty easy walking. Reminds me of walking out of Namche Bazaar. Just no river thundering beneath. Judging from the trail so far, Weilirang is a much easier mountain to climb compared to all that stumbling and scrambling up Arjuna. Sulfur deposits. I guess somebody must have dropped it here. Good morning. These must be some of the miners' belongings. And here you can see a bit of sulfur that got spilled out from their sacks, I think. Smoking Weilirang. The arrow says Puncak. Of course, it's not a walk in the park all the way. Final stretch. Quite a bit of climbing. A field of rhododendrons. Beautiful. Gua. Oh. Oh. Okay, so there's a cave here where former Hindus used to do their prayers. Amazing, they climb all the way up here to meditate, to pray. This is another antiquity. You can see the wall here, made up of rocks. And this is a small compound. That's the entrance. And let's get inside. Small path leading inside. So we just saw Istana Gentung Goa yesterday, and today there is another antiquity here at Gunung Weilirang. Wow. Goa Satri. I think in the past we had hermits, Hindu priests meditating here. It's really interesting. But unfortunately, there are some idiots who decided to put graffiti.
Vandalisme. Ciri khas orang Indonesia. Ciri khas orang Indonesia.
Disgrace. Okay, you can see joss sticks. So this is a sacred cave where Hindus meditated. Some of these inconsiderate people have been, I don't know what to say about these guys. Camping here. Strange that it's not protected. Ought to be. You get a whiff of hydrogen sulfide from here. The summit of Weilirang is already visible. This is not the summit. That thing jutting out from there, that's the summit. So still some way to go, but looks like it's not going to be too difficult. Just a bit of walking on all this uneven ground, loose gravel, small rocks. Shouldn't be too difficult. I'll take a little rest here and we'll proceed. You see the guys walking on the ridge. That's the summit ridge. The one with the flat top, almost bare, that's Kembar, which we climbed 2 days ago. And just below there is Kembar 1, which we just climbed an hour or so ago. And behind the tallest peak is Semeru, highest mountain in Java. I believe that thing over there is a crater, or rather it was some active crater. There's actually a cliff on the right hand side. Very sheer, steep drop from there. Yes, the hydrogen sulfide is definitely detectable. Not choking, but definitely detectable. Smoking crater. See the smoke on that side. And we are off to the highest point on the crater. Look at all these blobs of rhododendrons. I think they're rhododendrons. A blob here and a blob over there. So cute. All those are sacks of sulfur waiting for collection. And look at those fumes coming out from the crater. Wow. I think I can smell some sulfur dioxide as well. So the guide says don't spend too much time here. Gases are poisonous. Look at that. Okay, from that smoking hole, we come to the crater of Gunung Weilirang. Let's see if there's anything below. Not exactly. Tak ada asap. Tak ada asap ni. Oh, so the smoke, the fumes actually come out from the other side of the crater. It breaks out from the other side of the crater. Oh, okay.
Sekarang di sana kecil, banyak yang di sini.
Oh, okay. So this is the biggest one at the moment. So we've seen this one. No point seeing the other smoking hole. This is the moment. Can you see the flag? Let's go for it. The fourth peak on this four-peak expedition. Puncak Weilirang. I've made it. Woo! Four Peaks expedition, a success. 2 days ago, I climbed up Kembar 2. Yesterday, I climbed up Gunung Arjuna. This morning, Kembar 1 and Gunung Weilirang. All done. Alright, so this is the main crater of Gunung Weilirang. Not much activity inside the crater. I guess you can only call this a dormant volcano. That's the bulk of the volcanic activity. And check it out, Semeru smoking there. That's Gunung Ringgit again. Ringgit. The wind is blowing the sulfur dioxide this way. It's 12 p.m, 4th of August
This morning started out at 5 a.m. We backed the two peaks, Kembar and Weilirang, and now we finally arrived at our starting point.
Keren, Pak.
Yeah, well done.